Moo! Moo! What do you sound like a cow for? Oh, haven't you heard? The cows are starting to hit on us. What do you mean they're hitting on us? I said, well, a couple cows have caught the avian flu. So, they've been screwing around with some chickens. Well, no, that's not how that works, you idiot. Hey, 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 what's going on over there? What are you stupid chickens talking about? Avian flu. You don't, stupid chickens. Now, there is some problems with some avian flu out there, but hey, we got someone on today that's going to tell us all about it in just a second here. Let me get rid of the screen here and we'll get this man going here. Let's see here. All I do is, here we go. There we go. Hey, there he is. Hey, Howard Davenport. Woohoo! The new POTUS himself. No, that's the idiot we have in office. No, he's not the POTUS. No, he's a new man in charge of chickens. District 7. District 7 director. Right, of the American Poultry Association. That's it.
Board of Directors.
That's it. Oh, let me get rid of the stupid leghorn hat. So, I read in the Texas Animal Health Commission that dairy cows in Texas and Kansas were contracting avian flu.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming over to some mammals, certain strains, and also we found out that this latest episode of the virus with the migration is bigger than the one that happened in 2015. So more birds have been depopulated and it's affected more flocks. It's the largest case that's happened in the United States, and it's not over yet.
It's only just begun.
Yep.
So we have to introduce our new District 7 Director of the American Poultry Act, Howard Davenport. And we want to thank everyone that worked so hard to get those votes in for him. Thank you so much for doing that. Big round of applause, everyone. All right, that's enough applause. So what are your duties now?
Well, mainly I vote on things that the association puts forward to hopefully benefit the average member. And then I place the district meet once a year. I lobby to place the national meet somewhere, but mainly I'm going in focused on getting some of the regulations relaxed here in Texas for the exhibitors and the backyard flock owners. In the past, they've gone at it with an attack mode instead of sitting down with the powers that be and creating a dialogue to where it would benefit both sides. You'll find that the exhibition poultry breeders are very biosecure. Our birds are bred to withstand diseases, and most of our chickens live better than we do. At least mine do. But there's this thinking that we need to get out of the Texas Animal Health Commission's mind that every backyard flock owner is nothing but a den of disease, and that's not the case. There has yet in the history of exhibition poultry where a bird has been brought in at a poultry show and spread avian influenza. Okay, never in the history. It's never happened. And what the Texas Animal Health Commission doesn't realize is that the people that want to bring birds into this state, they come from their home to that show, they exhibit their birds, they pick up their birds, and they go straight back. They don't sit out here and commingle with other flocks. And right now we are restricted from having any bird from out of state be exhibited in Texas. And I'm sure our backyard flock owners know that it's even harder to get birds shipped into the state unless they're day-old chicks. If they're over a day old, you have to go through all this avian influenza testing, even if the bird is coming from a state that is AI clean. The NPIP program, National Poultry Improvement Program, is they don't talk with the states. Each state has its own way of administering it, and they all need to get on the same page. And that's one of the things I'm going to work on with our legislative committee. My district is Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. We are the largest district in the association with 650 members. And we have what I hope to be a powerful lobbying voice with the legislature and with the powers that be. Our first meeting is next weekend, and Delmarva Poultry Fancier Show in Delaware. So Dana and I are packing up, and we're going to drive all the way
to Delaware.
To Delaware. She's never seen Washington D.C., so I said, well, we can run by there, and you can see the sights, and we're going to spend the weekend there and have our first board meeting, and I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if congratulations are really in order yet till I get up there, but
Can't cut that thing off. Oh man.
But things around here are going good. It's, as everybody knows, it's chick season, and I'm sure this weekend all the feed stores and Tractor Supply are going to sell out of baby chicks, and a lot of people are going to go in and say, "Oh, look how pretty! Let's get the kids some chicks," and they're not prepared.
Nope.
And so we're going to have to be dealing with that. Me and Marissa and Trina and Marilee and Jason, and it happens every year, so we're kind of prepared for it.
Well, all the feed stores have been selling chicks already.
Yeah,
and selling out every weekend.
Yeah. But this weekend being Easter weekend,
yeah,
they're going to sell out quick.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be flooded with what do I feed them, what kind of heat, what do I do for this, what do I do for this.
Mm-hmm.
And if people would just look on our Facebook page, Lone Star Chicken Care 2.0, and go to the file section or do search, it would answer a lot of questions. And we're unfortunately we're seeing a huge upswing in birds coming back positive for Marek's disease and avian leukosis virus. It's heading upwards, and I want to remind people that get your chicks, if you buy them at Tractor Supply, or if you if you order them from a hatchery, get them vaccinated before you get them for Marek's. If you get them at Tractor Supply or another feed store, contact us as soon as possible so you can get your birds vaccinated for Marek's disease. It's the most deadly virus out there other than avian influenza and Newcastle's disease that affects poultry. And if you get them vaccinated early, they recommend day one. Um, it's most effective. You keep them quarantined for 2 weeks, which you do anyway, and then they can still get the virus, but they will not develop the symptoms. They can still pick it up, but they will not develop the symptoms of it. And the myth that the vaccine sheds and gives your unvaccinated birds Marek's is total misinformation. The vaccinated birds can still pick up that strain, and pass that strain on to an unvaccinated bird. It doesn't shed the actual vaccine. And then also if you've followed the Lone Star group, we're having a lot of problems with people mowing their grass now, and their birds getting impacted and soured with mowed grass. Someone shared one of our posts in another chicken group here in Texas, and everybody's saying, "Oh, they're using artificial intelligence to modify the pictures. There's no way that could happen. No way this, no way that." Well, all they got to do is talk to the people who own the chickens, and they can find out that it wasn't artificial intelligence that are photoshopping. I mean, I can barely use my smartphone, so I can't Photoshop.
If you look at a chicken eating grass, the chicken eats the grass they want to eat.
Yes.
But if a chicken picks up a piece of grass, they're going to eat the whole piece of grass.
That's right, because you got a force act. You got equal and opposite reaction when they pluck it off the ground. You got a force holding the blade of grass to the ground, and then you got the force of the pull when the chicken bites the blade and it breaks it in half or whatever. But if they eat these long strands, then they start wrapping up in the crop, and it blocks the path to the proventriculus, or the glandular stomach, as we call it. And then the crop sours, the food in there ferments, and then we have to go in and remove it. Last week I did four actual crop surgeries, cleaning out crops, and all the birds are doing fine now. But you have to watch that.
So someone asked, "Where's your chicken hat at?"
Yeah, I had one the other day. Actually ate dirt. It was. She was her crop was full of just dirt. And
you had one like last year too, I remember.
Yeah. And usually, we call that pica. It's where they eat things that aren't normally food sources, and it's usually caused by boredom, or the other members of the flock are keeping them away from the food source, so they'll just eat dirt. Just eat it. When I opened that crop up, it was nothing but mud.
Oh yeah, pretty nasty. So yeah, I see Marissa's on here. She's talking about it's gonna be a great time. Y'all heading up to Delaware. I guess that's what she's talking about, because that was a great time.
Oh, she's talking about she's I guess that's why we love each other so much, because we can pick on each other.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't see it being a great time riding all that time with Howard, all that time on the phone, because he's gonna be on the phone the whole time talking to people about their chickens. She's
wanting to give me a hard time because I got to gift this chicken that I worked on the other day with Bumblefoot. I got a gift certificate for a free Swedish massage. And so she's giving me a hard time about that, and I love her to death. And then she loves Dana. They get together and start hounding me. But I don't know what I would do without her. She's my best friend out there.
She's a good gal. She really is.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's going through some serious health issues. So
Oh yeah.
I'd appreciate everybody's thoughts and prayers.
Oh yeah. So what else new?
The selenium wars have started. Um, People overdosing their birds on selenium, and we've preached it 1,000 times that, even an adult chicken, all they need for selenium is 0.2 to 0.3 parts per million, and they actually get that in their feed. And these people are coming up with these experiments, if you want to call them that. Oh, give them this selenium goat gel. Well, what they're doing is they're overdosing the birds, and with selenium, it can cause hemorrhaging of the liver, and it's getting to the point to where people that are coming in with this propaganda into the group and saying give selenium. We're getting to the point of being pretty tired of it, and we're fixing to take action. A chicken isn't a lab rat. We're not going to do experiments or anything. What we recommend in our group is straight out of the manual, the veterinary manual, the scientific data, and it weighs on us because we got these new chicken owners coming in, and then they're getting this information elsewhere, and they're killing their birds.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All over the place. Yeah. There's the other groups. There's a lot of groups I belong to, and regarding poultry, and I left them because it's just unbelievable. Yeah, the stuff you see in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're also reaching the time of year where Trina, our girl down south, she's pretty much overwhelmed right now with her wild birds. I think in the last week she's taken in probably close to 30 or 40 bird nests with little birds in them that she's having to feed. Recently, she's rehabbing some baby owls, baby barn owls, and a fledgling great horned owl. And the baby barn owls actually came out. The nest was found in the Doobie Brothers old airplane sitting down at the Victoria Airport. And the airport told them that they had to move the plane. Well, when they went in there to move it, they found this nest of barn owls. So Trina's working with those, but she's going to be tied up a lot. Marissa's having to travel to the medical center in downtown 2, sometimes 3 times a week. I'm going all over the country, as you know, and we're going to be limited. So I'm encouraging everybody to get in the group, use the search function, look at the file section, and look at what we've put in there, because we may not be available to handle something as quick as you want. We all try to have a life.
What's that?
What's a life?
Man, not me lately, man. Bailey and I are doing Ubering all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, lots of fun. But we're selling eggs out of the car.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
I'm selling coffee and eggs out of my Uber car. Yeah. Oh, got to do something, Yeah. But Yeah, Marissa's. Oh, she's talking about the massage.
Of course, she's talking about the massage.
Jennifer Pesky writes, Howard's life is chickens.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Jennifer's life is now. Uh, uh, she's getting out of chickens and decorating the eggs.
Oh, I know. It's like egg decorating 101.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
They're beautiful, but
She does some fantastic
Yeah.
work on those eggs.
I know.
Heck, she wins just about everywhere she goes with them.
Yeah.
And she's into ask Jennifer what that breed is she's working with now.
Oh, I'm sure she's listening. She's gonna bring it up in a second, right, Jennifer?
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. But it's a type of game fowl, and my mind's not working this morning because I had very little sleep. But she's doing good with them. She's doing good with her Cornish. She's got some dark Cornish.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of our members in Lone Star, Monty Bond, he won Champion Sarama at the show in Dripping Springs. He's doing very well. Heather Terrell is just knocking them dead with her geese.
Koshamo.
Yeah, Koshimo.
Koshamo.
Yeah, Koshimo.
Okay.
Yeah. Jennifer's starting out on the ground floor with those, and she's going to do very well with them.
Oh yeah, I've seen those pictures she posted. Yeah, those are some interesting looking birds.
Yeah, Jennifer's very, as you can tell with the eggs, she's very detail oriented, and she watches those birds and she'll look and see, okay, I need to improve on this or I need to improve on that, and that's what makes a good breeder, and why I think she and I are going to be able to work very, very good together for the district, and especially Texas. She's keen into working with the youth, 4-H and FFA, and it's going to be good to have her. And then she also likes to do road trips.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Alabama last year, and I picked up some Millie Fleur Duclays, and she picked up some call ducks. And we drove back, came back through Louisiana, stopped at Don's and got some grilled oysters. And I mean, she's just fun, fun to be around. So.
Oh yeah, she's a nice cow, really.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she is. Even though she raises Koshimos.
Yeah, Koshimo. That song.
Koshimo Kid.
That song by the Beach Boys, Kokomo. How'd it go?
I don't know, man. I'm not gonna start singing on this podcast.
Ooh, I wanna take her down to Kokomo.
Koshimo.
Yeah. We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow.
Okay, now we need to get Jennifer to paint the Beach Boys on the eggs.
Yeah. That's what she needs to do.
Yeah. And then she can do the Koshimo Boys.
Koshimo. Oh man. But anyway,
chicken humor.
I am really excited. And I want to thank everyone that took the time to join the APA, and I hope that you stay a member. I think we got a lot of things in the future that I can work on getting pushed through to help us all. Because, I mean, in a sense, just because I exhibit birds, I'm still a backyard poultry enthusiast. Okay, so you got you got to put two and two together. You can't keep them separate. You have to work for everybody, and that's what I intend to do. Just in case in case anybody wants to know, we won the election 245 to 82.
Woo, man.
It was a 3-1 win, and that signifies that people wanted some change, and I just appreciate everybody's support. It means a lot.
Yep. Wow, that's something.
So what is Marissa saying now about the massage?
Not a thing. She's just quiet as a mouse right now. And Jennifer's doing all the talking now. She said, "Challenge accepted." I guess she's gonna paint the Beach Boys on the eggs now. Hey, I wouldn't. But whatever you do, don't paint P. Diddy on there. You might have Homeland Security at your door.
Oh, and then if anyone's interested, December the 7th is the
Anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. That's the anniversary of my open heart surgery too. Back in 2013.
You celebrate that every year?
It's December the 7th, but it's the Klein Poultry Extravaganza. And this year we're going to have a huge backyard show.
He's starting to sound like a politician. Huge.
Yeah, huge. There's going to be some cash awards. I encourage everybody your bird doesn't have to meet any kind of standard because it's the backyard, but it will introduce you to how the show circuit works, and you can meet other breeders there if you're interested in other breeds. And once again, that's December the 7th. APA President Norma Paget, I've already talked to her. If her schedule does not conflict, which she doesn't think it will, she's going to be there for a meet and greet and a Q&A session. And then we got some great shows coming up this year. You know, I found out that Texas alone, just the state of Texas, has 18 shows per year. 18 actual poultry shows in the state of Texas per year. And that's a lot. That's more than any other place in the country. We have the largest membership, 650 members in our district. And so we've got a very loud voice. And as long as we get the support, I think we can get things pushed through to change some of these laws.
Oh, yeah. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. So Marissa says, "Well, I can't believe he's singing Kokomo on the podcast. She's calling you a goob now."
Oh, yeah, she always calls me a goob.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, what's funny is I was telling Howard earlier about my leghorns. All of a sudden they stopped laying eggs, and it's like, that's not something known for leghorns to do. And I picked them up, physically looked at each one of them, and started looking inside the egg laying nest box. I saw no remnants of broken eggs or anything like they're eating eggs. And so finally I moved them into a coop with my rollout egg laying nest. And voila, I have eggs again. So they not only were eating the eggs, but they were picking them clean and not leaving any remnants behind. So real quick, if you would, where's that at here? Captions. If you go to, we'll bring up this one real quick. Check that out. See that reference right there, hengear.com. And you click on that link right there. It'll take you to Hengear Egg Laying Nest Box. And you can save 15% off your first order on an egg laying nest box or roll that egg laying nest box so that it protects your eggs and it keeps them clean and the chickens can't eat them. I have 3 of them. They're the best things ever, and I love them. And it's working. They do work. So check that out if you would. All right, there. So let's go back to Howard. You got anything else for us, Howard?
We're going to be at Ellis County Trade Days in May up in Waxahachie.
Oh, Waxahachie.
Marissa and I are going to be doing vaccines.
Who's going to do it with you?
Marissa. We're going up.
Marissa's going?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, she's going to trust me to drive her up there.
What? Marissa's going? She's leaving her house?
Yeah, she's going to leave her house.
No.
And go with me up there. And we're gonna vaccinate chicks that people buy. We're gonna do marriage vaccines, and we can do fowl-pox. We can do mycoplasma. So we're gonna be up there doing that. That is a huge event. I don't know the exact date. I can't remember it off the top of my head. But any of you listeners and members from the northern area of Texas, we'd love for you to stop by and introduce yourself and say hi. And, we'll be there for you. And let's see, anything else going on? Marissa and I is going to start planning a
May the 11th.
May the 11th.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, a vaccine day here in Houston. It works out better for the customer if we get people together to come in and have their birds vaccinated. That way you don't have to pay for the whole vaccine. We can charge, by the bird, like $1 a bird or something. Otherwise, if we do it one off, you have to pay for the whole bottle, which can be upwards of $50. So, we're going to try to organize that over in spring.
And KFC will be sponsoring that day. They'll be out there serving chicken. I take that back. I'm sorry, they won't be.
But we want to encourage everyone to get your if you see your birds with a sided paralysis or gray eye, where the iris is turning gray and the pupils becoming irregular. If you see little growths in the feather follicles of your birds, have them tested. We do testing for 75 different poultry diseases, and we can do it there at the CHICU, or I can go out to your farm and test. But like I said earlier, we're seeing a large upswing in Marek's and avian leukosis tests. They're coming back positive, and that's not a good sign.
So Jennifer just wrote April 13th is going to be the Eustis Pleasanton Poultry Show.
Yes, brand new poultry show in Texas. I am excited about this. It's being put on by this lady up in Eustis. She's got a lot of support. I'm actually going to that show. I think Jennifer is going to attend, unless she corrects me here, the show in Pleasanton. So I'll have Jennifer there, and then I'll be up in Eustis for that show to show my support and help them get kick started and sign up new members.
So I heard that Howard will be on the 93Q radio on Monday. He's going to be doing a live deal. They're going to have him singing on there. So if you want to hear Howard on Monday on 93Q at 7 a.m., he'll be on there singing. If you want to hear him sing.
Will.
The Beach Boys. I just had a call in from the radio station. They're listening to us right now. So That's Monday, 7 a.m. on 93Q. If you want to listen to Howard Davenport sing, he'll be on there Monday morning, 7 a.m.
I want to take her down to Kokomo.
There you go.
We'll get there.
So
fast,
Jennifer's gonna be at
we'll
Pleasanton.
take it slow.
Yeah, he's already working on it. So y'all remember 7 a.m. 93Q.
Down to Kokomo.
That's this coming Monday.
Yeah, I'll be after I get my Swedish massage.
I'm so Sweden.
No, seriously, this lady gave me a gift certificate, and I'm gonna tell you, when I was in China, they have this foot.
They have Chinese Swedish massages.
No, they got these Chinese massages, but they use this little glass cup, and they put a
Alcohol swab in it. They light
light it up, and stick it on the bottom of your
It's
foot.
called cupping. Yeah, they do it on your back and everything too. It's awesome.
I am telling you, it removes every toxin from your body. I went once a week when I was over there to just to get my feet done. You know, they put that swab in there and stick it, but
it also removes $40 from your wallet.
But I was talking to this lady. She's a licensed therapist, and she said they can't do that here because of liability. You know, that they could get sued.
But there are people doing cupping.
Yeah.
In studios, there are.
No.
Yeah, it's called cupping, and they use alcohol swabs and they use glass.
Yeah.
But there are people doing it in Houston. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
if you watch, there's this guy Justin Rhodes. He's a homesteader up in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He's got a very popular YouTube channel. His whole family, they show him on their video all the time having it done.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's a big thing. Yeah. And you can even buy your own set that actually has a tool that has a grip deal that you squeeze together and it sucks up, and they're plastic and they work the same way.
Yeah.
And without the fire.
Now I think that's what this lady uses. She mentioned something like that. It's a plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it puts a suction on it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when are you going to have Jennifer on here?
She's been on.
What kind of lies did she tell?
Oh, she told all sorts of interesting stuff about you.
Yeah, I bet she did. I'll never forget when.
No, we actually had a problem with the hookup, the setup, and it just would not work for some odd reason. But we're gonna have her on her again.
Yeah. She can tell you about when she called me. It was Memorial Day weekend last year. Memorial Day weekend. And she's always telling me, you need to slow down. I hope you're taking some time off, blah, 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 blah. She's a mama, she's like a mama. And, but I love her to death too. So she calls me Memorial Day weekend. Howard, I need your help. Howard, I need your help. I said, what you got, man? I'll be right over. She said, they had a family get together at her house, and she has this little lock bunny that kind of has full run of the house. Okay. Well, she had come in, and she was so tired she sat down in the recliner and then lifted the handle to extend the deal. Well, that bunny had crawled under that chair and got caught in the mechanism. And she said that she heard the most awful screaming in her life, and she hollered for her husband. They came in there. They managed to get the chair turned upside down, I think, and he managed to work that bunny out of there, but it was cut to shreds.
Oh,
And she said, Howard, she said, no vet will see the rabbit. I can't find anybody. Nobody has seen him. Can you help me? And I said, yeah. I said, I'll be right over. So I went over there that night, and we gave it kind of a haircut, and I mean, it was torn to shreds. I mean, how the thing was alive, I will never know. And we cleaned it up, and then we sutured it, put it back together, or put the skin back together. Well, she finally found a vet up here on Nickel Sawmill Road that would see the rabbit the following weekend. So she takes the rabbit down there, and when it's funny, when they went in the office, the doctor down there already had their stuff out ready to suture the rabbit and clean it up and do surgery. And the vet looked at the rabbit and said, well, who did this? Do you have a doctor in the family? And, Jennifer said, no, it was a friend of mine that's a chicken farmer. And she said, well, whatever he told you to do, keep doing it. But we got that rabbit fixed up. But
years ago, was a breeder of Labrador retrievers, and like Bailey and so forth. And I had a couple wanted me to stud out my lab to their female, and we did and so forth. And it worked and everything. And they called me up the night she started having puppies. And she's like, what do we do? What do we do? And I told them what to do, be prepared, And I said, have some dental floss to tie off the umbilical cord, and have some scissors to cut them in case you got to help the mama and everything, and where to cut it and all this and where to tie off. And she called me up all frantic, and I'm trying to tell them over the phone again. And she goes, my husband says it's real hard to cut the umbilical cord. I was like, what? It's like cutting snot. It's nothing. You can tear it apart with your fingers. Because, he's having a tough time cutting it. And all of a sudden you hear her scream, oh my God. I was like, well, he cut off her puppy's tail.
Oh, Lord. Oh, good grief.
So I hauled butt down there to Pasadena where they live to help them out. And I go down there, just puppy with the tail hanging off by the skin.
Oh.
So, yeah, I finished cutting it off for him. And, yeah, but I was like, oh. And it just brought back memories when you said her freaking out over the rabbit,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you still so she still has a rabbit.
Oh, yeah. He's running around the house, and he's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
You got him and her Kokomo's, and
so, Bailey does not like squirrels. And she'll chase them out of the yard. She'll chase out birds out of the yard and everything. But she'll leave the chickens alone. So the other day I'm on the phone with a friend talking, and I have all new fencing around the backyard to keep the chickens in. And whoop, this fox jumps right over the fence like nothing, into the yard. And I said, get that fox. And she took out after it and ate that thing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It never had a chance to bite her or anything. Yeah.
There was a lady I went out to see the other day. I forget what I was doing to her chicken, but she has a coyote problem. And that coyote already took 3 of her cats, her barn cats.
Mm-hmm.
So the coyotes out, everything's out now. They're going to start wanting to feed their babies. And so you got to be careful, making sure that your pens are secure. And then one other thing I forgot to mention is the dog attacks. Okay, I can deal with a dog breaking through and attacking your birds. That I can deal with. But when I have to go out 3 times for the same chicken with the same owner's dog and suture it up, now we got a problem. I'm just going to stop doing it. I warn people, these dogs have a predator instinct.
Mm-hmm.
They may not be intending to hurt that chicken, but they can hurt it. And you need to keep the dog away from the chicken. Well, they don't do it, and then I got to go out and suture, and we're getting tired of that too. And we're fixing to put a stop to it. I mean, first time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. Keep your dogs away from your chickens.
Unless they're trained like
yeah,
Bailey.
unless they're trained like a Pyrenees or Akbash or Anatolian that has that instinct to
Bailey.
or Bailey to protect.
Yeah.
They're you're messing with the trouble there.
Oh yeah. So
Now my peers, one of them is real keen on aerial predators. He'll watch the sky, and if he hears a rooster alert or something, he'll run out there and he'll look up and he will stand there and bark at that tree that hawk's in. And if that hawk was to come down, he'll be history. But I mean, my dogs, if they hear anything unusual from my pens, they're on those pens in a heartbeat. And every evening, Wally, who is the Akbash, and Dookie, which is the full-blooded peer. Dookie's his name.
Dookie. Okay. All right.
They go out.
You stepped in Dookie.
They go around and they mark those pins. They mark every one of those pins. And they'll lay out there. The other day when we had that rain, tried to get them in the house, but Dookie wouldn't come in. He stayed out there in that rain, laying out there by those chicken pens. And that's where he wanted to be. That's where he knew to be. And peers are very independent dogs. They don't mind. They do their own thing, and their instinct is to protect.
Oh yeah.
And they protect the cats and everything else.
While we're out driving the other day, we took a break, and there's ducks all over Tomball. All these, all over. There's these ducks.
I've seen some at the Whataburger drive-through.
Yeah. And that's exactly where we were. We're at the Whataburger.
Yeah.
I stopped there for a chiquito, and Bailey and I got out so Bailey could get something. And there's a duck out there looking at Bailey, and I said, I made a video of that duck, and that duck is saying, I know that vest says service dog, but that's still a black lab.
Yeah.
And that duck has just kept walking away, looking at Bailey, I said, I know that's a black lab, but it might be say service dog, but that's still a black lab. Yeah. So Bailey is now buddies with my black Jersey Giant.
Oh boy.
And I clipped her wings. I did. And she still flies over.
Yeah.
I know.
Did you just clip one or?
I just clipped one.
Yeah, it usually throws them off balance, but if they're light, they're going to be able to fly. The heavier the bird, the less.
Yeah, she's having no problem getting over. But so now she comes over when Bailey's outside. She runs up on the porch and sits next to Bailey, and they sit there side by side like they're buddies.
Yeah.
And I just laugh. Yeah, yeah. She doesn't mind. She's such a good dog. Yep. So.
Well, I'm going to need to hit the road.
I need to as well. I need to get back to work. So let's see here.
I want to just thank you so much for having me on. I mean, it's always great to come here and talk. I'm very sorry about your theft. That really irritates me, but
yeah. I know. So I'm slowly getting back together with the coffee. So I just recently purchased some more coffee beans, and we got the bourbon going again. and I'm about to ship a bunch out to a refinery, actually down Exxon refinery down in Baytown. They bought a bunch of it, so I'll have that. And as I just slowly build up again, I got to start all over again.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. So we're driving for Uber, and it's fun. I actually enjoy driving for Uber. I really do. I'm selling eggs and coffee out of the car
There you go.
while I'm riding around. So yeah, we're having fun. Bailey rides with me, and the diversity of people out here is unbelievable that I'm seeing.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah. So, but then I see also the amount of money people waste on Uber. You pull up to their house and you're like, how can they afford to even drive on Uber? But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Well, Marissa turned me on to the Uber Eats.
Yeah, and DoorDash.
Yeah, and like when I'm over at her house and we got a full day going on and we barely got time to think, much less eat, we'll just order a Uber meal and they come there and deliver it, and it's always warm and not even the French fries aren't soggy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've used that a couple of times when I was out on the road.
Yeah.
Having food brought in.
What's crazy is you got to do 30 trips a week for Uber people when you rent a car through them. But after those 30 trips, you can do whatever you want. You have unlimited mileage on the car. So I do Uber Eats and DoorDash because you make more money doing that, because people tip for food.
Oh, yeah, they do.
But they don't tip you when you've got your lives in your hands and you're driving around the city. It's like, hello. Yeah. Some people do, but not many. But yeah, they tip more for food. Yeah. I mean, there's a lady in the neighborhood down off Patelgi Road, and she orders 5 Sonic grilled cheese sandwiches a day. You don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich? Really?
Good grief.
So you got to order 5 of them from Sonic at $2.50 a piece, plus a delivery fee from DoorDash. I mean, really?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. We got some messages here. Karen Ritchie writes, it's not rocket science. I think she's talking about her dogs, because she has a Pyrenees, allergic to hawks too. She also starts looking if she hears a rooster make a warning sound. And then Marissa got on there. Marissa's power went out again.
Yeah.
And
she had to go to a hotel last night because she's on oxygen.
Yeah. She says, I need to buy coffee. I sold out on my website. Well, that's a good thing. So that's a good thing. But yeah, like right now all we have is a bourbon blend. The websites are shut down right now. I just can't afford to keep them going, and there's no coffee to sell.
Yeah.
So we're going to get back up, and what we'll do is, like Marissa, she can sell through her website. And then like the stores like G&D Feeds, they'll be selling some. And then Spring Creek Feed sells it,
Yeah.
So I'm going to slowly get it back up and going again. But it's just going to take time.
Well, it's just something that someone would come up and take the stuff out of the back of your truck in broad daylight. That doesn't make sense. I mean, right in Buc-ee's parking lot. I mean, that's... I don't know, man.
I know.
I don't know what the world's coming. Hi, Karen. I didn't know you were on. Karen's another one of my buddies.
We got quite a few people on today listening. Yeah.
From up north. She's in North Texas.
Yeah. So don't forget Monday, 7 a.m. on 93Q. Listen to Howard
you
saying.
Ain't gonna listen to nothing. I ain't gonna be on 93Q. I ain't Beyonce. I ain't Jolene. So I'm sorry. Dolly Parton's got that song.
No, Dolly Parton. Yeah, you never know Dolly Parton. That's for sure. If you look at the video, you look at the screen of Howard right now, you can clearly see that Howard's just the opposite of Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I ain't Dolly. Oh God.
Yeah. What's up, Bailey? Bailey's like, hey, someone's in my chair over here. Yeah.
Ask Karen what she's breeding now.
Karen, what are you breeding now?
She had some great
Hopefully
Rhode
chickens.
Island Reds. I think she's doing Langston's now. I'm not for sure.
Oh, it says Howard hasn't played him singing on CD to you,
Who is that?
Jennifer. Come here, Bailey.
Tell Jennifer. Uh, Tell Jennifer to go tend to her Kokomo's.
Go back to painting, Jennifer. Yeah. All right, Bailey had to come on and show herself, so she's been on. That's good. All right, Bailey, you're good. So no, Karen hasn't responded back to that yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I think she was doing Langston's now. I'm not 100% sure, but she had some incredible Rhode Island Reds here a couple of years
so
ago.
she has the exhibition series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
Oh
beautiful.
yeah. She had some.
I like that dark color.
And
Friends of mine up in North Carolina, I just so happen to have their hat on. Sheridan Park Farms. They've been buying chicks from the same hatchery for years, and this year they sell broilers. They go through broilers. They go through like 500 broilers a year.
Yeah.
And they go to market and selling them. And the first batch they got, out of 170 of them were dead.
Yeah.
And then they got replacements, and out of the 70 replacements, I think like 50 died.
Good grief.
And one day, yes, it was cold. The next day, it wasn't. The next delivery.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that is really strange. So they've discontinued buying from that hatchery. Yeah.
Where's that crowing coming from?
From the roosters. That's
Oh, that's out here.
What do you think it is?
Good grief. I didn't know what was going on. I'm going, man, I've been around chickens too long. I'm hearing things.
I have chickens too,
Oh,
I only have 117 of them out there.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's what my Rhode Island red rooster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear him. Yeah.
Yeah. Last night I went and checked on him when I got home from Magnolia last night, and 12:30 last night he starts crowing. I'm like, oh, would you shut up? Yeah.
Yeah. Mine go off 3 times a night. And instinctively it's about 1:30 in the morning. That's going to be their first one. And no, about 10 o'clock at night, and then about 1:30 in the morning, and then about 5 in the morning.
Well, Foggy, my leghorn, he goes off at 4 a.m. every morning. So that's another reason why I moved them. They're further away from my bedroom window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And this is the perfect weekend to be talking about the cock crowing. Easter weekend. I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter. Very happy Easter. Hopefully I get some time off this weekend, and Marissa gets some time off, and Trina gets some time off, and Mary Lee. And I do have my daughter in the hospital. She had back surgery. They did the first one Tuesday, did the second one yesterday. And I was there last night, and she's having a really tough time with the pain, but she is able to get up and kind of scoot and walk a little bit. And
what hospital is she in?
It's Woodland Specialty Hospital.
Okay, all right.
First time I've ever been there. And then Tuesday I had to take Dana to the park, and she was having some real bad stomach pains, and she's one that will not go to a doctor. I mean, she hates them. And when she says, Howard, take me, that means take me.
Yeah.
So I said, where you want to go? And she said, anywhere but Tomball. I said, okay. So we went to Methodist down on 242, and I'm telling you, Chris, there had to be 70, 80 people in that waiting room in the emergency. They had both ends opened up. People were sitting there in chairs with IV poles. they finally got her in and did a CAT scan and everything, and brought her back out. They hooked her up to an IV, but it was funny. It was funny watching these nurses going around to the different chairs people were sitting in and giving them morphine. They were just giving people morphine, you know. And this one woman, I shouldn't even say this on the podcast, but this one lady, they did not have a room to put her in, and they came out there and actually gave her a breast exam in the waiting room.
Did you enjoy that, Howard?
I did not.
Did you? You seem to be enjoying it.
I know.
You're talking about it, you know.
Dana sat there. Do you see that? Do you see what they're doing? I said, yeah, I see what they're doing, but I'm not going to sit there and stare at it. You know, but I mean, that place was packed. I mean, it was packed.
I remember when Mom was still around, I took her to the hospital one time, and it was like standing room only.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was in a hallway on a stretcher, and not even a hospital bed, but on a stretcher for like 4 or 5 hours. And you know how uncomfortable stretchers are. They have no room at all. Yeah. And then I went to the hospital and during COVID, and it was once again, I was stuck in a stretcher. And when you're 6'8", you hang off the stretcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like crazy, the hospitals, but I'm on the, I volunteer with Harris Health.
Yeah.
And LBJ Hospital is the busiest emergency room in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And we're building a brand new facility. But the care you get through Harris Health is hands down unbelievable care. And I was actually going there.
LBJ is a good hospital.
I was actually going there for wound care.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't beat it. It's the best care ever. I mean, great care. And when you go there for the doctors, I mean, they take insurance. If you don't want to, if you're going to a doctor's office and you're having to sit an hour to see your doctor, go make an appointment through Harris Health. You'll be in and out of there in 30 minutes.
But you got to be a resident of
Harris County. That's right, of Harris County. Now, you got Montgomery County Hospital District. I don't know if they have the same type of facilities there as well, but like Harris Health does. But yeah, Harris Health is an unbelievable system. It is. Yeah,
I told Dana, she was already getting irritated, having to sit there and wait. Always have something to say to her to get her started. And I said, you know, what's going to happen is they're going to hand you a $40,000 emergency room bill and then send you down the road to get a box of Tums. That's what you're going to have. Oh, she went off.
But they give me a cup of Mylanta and say, you don't have any heart condition. You've got gas.
They gave her some kind of pills. One she takes 4 times a day, one once a day, and one something else. But she was hurting pretty bad. All right, well, I got to get going.
I got to go too. I got to get to work. It's 11 a.m. It's 11:03 already. So, all right, y'all. Yep, Jennifer's still listening. She said. So, we thank y'all for coming on today, and so we thank Howard for coming on. He did a real good job today. Yes, we did. How about some fake applause for Howard? Ta-da! Knock that out real quick. Wake up, Howard. You can go home now.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chris.
No problem. We'll see y'all next time on the Bachcast.